I love a photo booth. I have so many cute strips sitting around, but I've been trying to think of a cute way to display them that isn't just hanging them on the fridge or on a wall, and I came up with this crochet frame. This pattern was originally published in Material Girls magazine, which is a free fiber art magazine full of knitting, crochet, sewing patterns, and a bunch of girly inspo. If you're interested, the link is down below, and you can find the written pattern for this in there as well. For materials, you'll need 12 grams of fingering weight yarn. I use 2 colors, one for the body of the frame, and then another one to accent with the borders, then a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook, and some basics like scissors and a tapestry needle to weave in your ends. Starting at the base, create a slip knot and add that to your hook and begin by chaining 30 stitches. So just putting the yarn over and pulling it through to create 30 chains. This is going to be the base of our frame and what we can build the checkerboard pattern off of. For the first row, begin by chaining 2, and then we're going to begin double crocheting. Yarn over and insert into the third chain from your hook, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook, and then finally yarn over and pull through everything left on your hook, and that is a double crochet. We're going to follow this with 2 more double crochet stitches going into the next chains. So again, this is a series of yarning over and pulling through the loops on your hook, and this is going to create our first double crochet cluster for the checkerboard. All of the clusters on the checkerboard will have 4 double crochets in them. This row starts with a 2 chain because that acts as a double crochet when you're at the beginning of a row. You can see here that we've created that first cluster. Moving on, chain 2, and we're going to skip 2 chains below that. Counting 1, 2 chains and going to double crochet into the third one. This creates the space between our checkerboard clusters. Onto some more double crochets. So we just created 1, this is the second, and then the third, and finally the 4th into that 4th chain to create our second cluster of double crochets. Here's a look. You can see how this is creating the base of a checkerboard, and we will begin to fill it in. We're going to just keep repeating this across the entire chain. So chaining 2, skipping over 2 chains, and then doing a 4 double crochet cluster. Make sure to end with a double crochet on your row, and then we'll get started on the next one. When you're done, you should have 5 spaces and 5 clusters of double crochet, and then 1 single double crochet at the end of the row. Turn your work, and then we're going to do the exact same pattern. So starting with 2 chains and then going into 3 more double crochets to finish that cluster off. This time it's going to be the first 2 double crochets will be into the chain space. This is the first one, and then the second going right into that hole that we left behind in the first row. And then the third double crochet will go into the top of this stitch. So when we're making the checkerboard, these clusters should always overlap by 1 stitch. So it will be 2 into the chain space and then 1 on either end that overlaps with stitches from the row before it. Chain 2 and then skip over 2 stitches. This will be 2 double crochets from the last row and double crochet into the third stitch, which again will overlap. It will be onto a stitch from the last row, and we are going to continue with 2 double crochets into this chain space. Here's the first one, and then the second, and finishing this cluster by going into this stitch with another double crochet. Continue this pattern across the entire row, 4 double crochets followed by 2 chains and skipping 2 stitches to begin to create the checkerboard pattern. Because we've turned around, even though this is the exact same repeat as the first row, we're going the opposite direction. So you should begin to see the checkerboard of filled in spaces and holes starting to form by the end of the row. Like the first row, you should end with a double crochet in the last stitch and have 5 different holes and 5 different clusters of double crochets when you're finished. 1 more row of the same thing. Turn your work, start with 2 chains and then begin on alternating between making clusters of double crochets and chaining 2 and skipping over stitches. So this should create 3 rows of that checkerboard for the base of the frame. Here's how mine is looking. Now we'll begin building up one side of the frame. It's going to be the same checkerboard pattern, just not going across the entire span of the crochet piece. Start with chaining 2, and this is going to be just like before, starting with a cluster of double crochet stitches. So I'm doing my first one and second one into this chain space, and then the third into the stitch from the last row, followed by 2 more chains, and then skipping over 2 stitches, double crocheting into the last stitch in that cluster from the last row, like so, and then ending with one more double crochet cluster. So this is just going to be a thinner version of the pattern we were doing before. This is 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochet into that chain space, and finishing as usual with a double crochet into this stitch here. That's going to be the length of each side of our crochet frame. So from here, turn the work around and we're going to do the opposite of that pattern. Start this row by chaining 4. This is because we need to create a space first rather than a cluster first here. So this is going to make that space for us. Yarn over and double crochet into that last stitch from the cluster on the last row. You can see here that that's created a bit of a space, and now we're going into a cluster. So 2 more double crochets into that chain space. Here's the first, and then the second one, and then finishing it off with a double crochet into the next cluster like so. And then this time chaining 2 and finishing with a double crochet, and that will create the second space that we need on this edge here. Continue alternating these 2 rows. So one row starts with a cluster of double crochets, one row starts with a space. You're going to go back and forth doing those until you've finished row 25, at which point you can pull your yarn out, cut it, and tie off. Time to build up the second side of the frame. Going to insert your hook into the top right corner of this bottom of the frame. This side starts with a space rather than a cluster, so start by pulling up a piece of yarn and chaining 4. This is going to be the same process that we did on the other side, just the opposite, so that we keep the checkerboard pattern going. So here's my chain 4, and then yarning over to double crochet into the last double crochet of the cluster below. Continuing on with a cluster, so yarning over and doing 2 double crochets into this chain space. Here's the second one, and then one final double crochet into the last cluster. So that's a yarn over, insert into the stitch, pull up yarn, and then yarn over under 2, yarn over under 2 to finish that off. Then chain 2, and we're going to, as usual, finish with a double crochet, and that will create kind of this 3 cells of the checkerboard that we're going to continue building up on the right side of this frame. Turn your work. It's time to do the opposite on the next row. So as we turn that around, we're going to be beginning with a cluster instead. So start by chaining 2, and then 2 double crochets into the chain space. Here's number 1, and then number 2. Pulling that up, finishing the double crochet, and then one more that will overlap with the cluster on the last row. Then chain 2. This is going to create a space. There's chain 1 and chain 2, double crochet into the 3rd stitch over, and then end with another cluster. So this is 4 double crochets in total. Here's my 3rd one, and then finally the 4th should go into the very edge of this chain here to make sure that we keep up a nice edge. Just like the other side, you're going to continue alternating between these rows, either starting with a cluster or a space to create the checkerboard going up the other side, and you're going to go through row 25 to make it match the other side. This is also a good time to try to insert your photo strip to see how it's looking, if you need to add a few more rows to either side before connecting the top. So we're going to insert your hook into the top left corner of the right side of the frame, and we're going to chain 10 to connect these 2 sides. So I'm just pulling up yarn, and here's my chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to just take that over to the top right-hand corner of the left side of the frame. This is kind of a tongue twister, and do a slip stitch to connect that. So I'm just pulling yarn over, up through that hole, and then directly through the stitch without creating any extra stitches. You can cut that off and tie it off, and that is how we will begin building the top of our frame and finishing off the checkerboard. We're back to our classic repeat here, pulling up yarn and chaining 2 and starting with a cluster. So I'm doing 2 double crochets into this first chain space. Here's number 1, and then the second double crochet, and then a 3rd double crochet going and overlapping with the cluster from the row before. You know what's next? It's 2 chains and skipping over 2 double crochets, double crocheting into the end of that cluster like so. So we're about to get to the end of our side here. I'm just filling in this space with a cluster of double crochets. We're going to keep this pattern going across the chain. So we're doing the same thing. It's just going to be with chains instead of being able to go into chain spaces. So finishing up this double crochet, then we have 2 chains, and I'm going to skip over 2 chains that we just created and double crochet into the 3rd one. Here is the double crochet. I'm inserting into the chain, yarn over, and pulling it through the loops. Then we're going to need to do 3 more double crochets. So this is just going to go into each succeeding chain. So here's the 2nd one, then yarn over, going into the next chain for a 3rd double crochet, and then finally the 4th one of this cluster, yarn over, going into the next chain, and we're going to do that to keep the checkerboard going. Next up, chain 2, and we're going to skip 2 chains below and make 1 more cluster on this chain here. So here's 1 double crochet, and then yarning over for a 2nd double crochet. The 3rd one should also be into the chain, and then the 4th and final double crochet of this cluster will bring you back onto the left side of the frame, and you will have successfully built up and brought together the checkerboard. I find this so satisfying to see how it all comes together. I mean, obviously it was designed to do that, but every time that I do it, I'm a little bit like, ugh, math worked out well here. It's working. We're going to continue the pattern as usual through the end of the row. So chaining 2, creating a double crochet at the end of that cluster, and then starting a new one. So 2 double crochet into the chain space. Here's number 1 and number 2. And then the final double crochet overlapping with the one from the last row. And we're going to end with a chain 2 and double crochet into the very edge of the frame. That will be this first row of the top of the frame, and it sets us up to continue doing the same thing for 2 more rows to finish it all off. No need to alternate rows here. We're back to how this was at the base of the frame, which is it just turns itself around and automatically creates an opposite, which is very satisfying to me. So we're going to continue with the cluster separated by spaces until you've completed 3 rows for the top, and you can tie that off and take a second to weave in any ends that you have before going on to the borders. I'm using a contrasting color here. You can start around any area on the inside of the frame that you would like, because we're just going to go all the way around, pull up some yarn, and do a basic slip stitch border. So all that I'm doing is inserting my hook into each chain, yarning over and pulling the yarn directly up through the loop, so it doesn't really build up any amount of crochet. It just lays nice and flat on top of the work that you've already done. I'm doing it in each chain going up, and I'll do the same thing when I'm going over on the sides as well. Make sure to slip stitch directly into the first stitch that you make at the end so that you have a complete border with no gaps. Then you can cut and tie that off, and we'll go on to the ruffle around the outside edge. The outside border is a series of chains with single crochets in between them to make that nice bubble ruffle around it. Pull up yarn, chain 8, and then we're going to connect back to the frame with a single crochet. So this is at the bottom of a cluster row. I'm going to go to the next bottom of a cluster row. So this skips over a space. We just want to make sure that there's about 2 rows in between each. Single crochet here, and then you can see that I've created kind of that first little ruffle, and we're going to continue doing that all the way around the frame, repeating chain 8, skip 2 rows, single crochet to create this nice frilly border. When you get to the end, slip stitch into the same place that you started so that it is seamless all the way around, and then pull up a loop, cut and tie off everything on the frame. Then you can grab your photo and insert it. This looks super cute just hung up like this, and I also think it would be great to put against a background and smush between glass panes in a frame. If you liked this, you will love MaterialGrrrlz.com. We have a full library full of sewing, crochet, and knitting patterns that you can try out. All are very simple projects like this one, and lots of video tutorials as well, so make sure to give it a look. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day!